The Hidden Dangers of Serial Entrepreneurship, Why Focus Trumps Fragmentation. Welcome to a journey of revelation and transformation. Today, we're going to explore a topic that's been lurking in the shadows of entrepreneurial discourse, a subject that challenges the very foundations of what we've been taught about success in business. I'm here to share with you some profound insights I gained from interviewing Alandria Lloyd, a visionary entrepreneur whose wisdom and experiences have not only reshaped my understanding of business, but have the power to revolutionize the way we approach entrepreneurship altogether. Alandria Lloyd isn't just another successful businesswoman. She's a beacon of authenticity in a world often clouded by the smoke and mirrors of entrepreneurial hype. Her journey, marked by both triumphs and tribulations, has led her to uncover truths that many in the business world are afraid to confront. Through her experiences, she's not only built thriving enterprises, but has also dedicated herself to empowering others, particularly women and minorities, to navigate the complex landscape of entrepreneurship with clarity and purpose. Now, let's dive into the heart of our discussion today. It's a topic that might make some of you uncomfortable, that might challenge beliefs you've held dear for years. But I assure you, this discomfort is the birthplace of growth and transformation. We've all heard the siren song of serial entrepreneurship, haven't we? The allure of building multiple businesses, of being the next Elon Musk or Richard Branson. It's a seductive idea, one that's been glorified in business magazines, celebrated on social media, and held up as the pinnacle of entrepreneurial success. But what if I told you that this widely accepted path to success is actually a treacherous road that leads many aspiring entrepreneurs to burnout, financial struggle, and a profound sense of unfulfillment? What if the very thing we've been taught to aspire to is actually holding us back from achieving true success and making a real impact in the world? This, my friends, is the hidden danger of serial entrepreneurship. It's a trap that Alandria Lloyd fell into, and one that countless other entrepreneurs stumble into every day. But here's the thing. It's a trap we can avoid if we're willing to challenge our assumptions and embrace a different approach to entrepreneurship. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine an entrepreneur brimming with ideas, passion, and drive. They start one business, then another and another. Each new venture brings a rush of excitement, the thrill of possibility. But as the number of businesses grows, so does the weight of responsibility. Time becomes a precious commodity, stretched thin across multiple demands. Focus becomes fragmented, attention divided. This was Alandria's reality. She found herself juggling multiple businesses, constantly switching gears, always in startup mode. On the surface, it looked like success. Multiple revenue streams, diverse business interests. Isn't this what we're told to strive for? But beneath the surface, a different story was unfolding. Despite working around the clock, Alandria found herself struggling financially. The promise of multiple income streams had turned into a reality of multiple money pits. Each new business required time, energy, and resources to get off the ground, often at the expense of the others. More insidiously, this constant state of new beginnings was taking a toll on Alandria's well being. The excitement of starting new ventures had given way to exhaustion. The thrill of possibility had been replaced by the constant stress of trying to keep multiple plates spinning. But it wasn't just about the financial struggle or the physical exhaustion. There was something deeper, more fundamental at stake. In her pursuit of entrepreneurial success, Alandria had begun to lose sight of why she became an entrepreneur in the first place. Her businesses, instead of being vehicles for her passion and purpose, had become idols that she worshiped at the expense of everything else in her life. This, my friends, is the true danger of serial entrepreneurship. It's not just about spreading ourselves too thin or the financial risks involved. It's about losing our way, about forgetting the very reasons we chose this path in the first place. Alandria described how her self-worth became inextricably linked to the success or failure of her ventures. Every setback felt like a personal failure. Every triumph a validation of her worth as a human being. Her identity had become so entwined with her businesses that she no longer knew where she ended and her work began. Can you see how dangerous this is? When we turn our businesses into idols, we risk losing touch with the other important aspects of our lives. our relationships suffer, our health declines, and our overall well being takes a hit. We become so focused on the hustle, on the grind, that we forget to live. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be this way. There's another path, a healthier, more sustainable way to approach entrepreneurship. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to share with you the lessons Alandria learned, lessons that can help us avoid the pitfalls of serial entrepreneurship and find a more balanced, fulfilling approach to business. The first lesson is the power of focus. Instead of spreading ourselves thin across multiple ventures, what if we channeled all our energy, all our passion into one primary business? Alandria found that when she stopped chasing every new idea and instead poured her efforts into her core business, things began to change. Her business started to grow, to flourish in ways it never had before. This doesn't mean you can never explore the new ideas or opportunities, but it does mean being intentional about where you put your primary focus. It means giving your main venture the time and attention it needs to truly succeed rather than constantly diverting your resources to new projects. Think about it this way. When you're trying to start a fire, you don't scatter sparks everywhere hoping one will catch. You focus your energy on one spot, nurturing that spark until it grows into a roaring flame. The same principle applies in business. By focusing your energy and resources on one primary venture, you give it the best chance to truly ignite and become something remarkable. The second lesson is about the importance of self-care and balance. Entrepreneurship is a marathon, not a sprint. Alandria learned the hard way that burning the candle at both ends is a surefire path to burnout. She shared with me how she had to learn to set boundaries, to prioritize her health and well being alongside her business goals. This might mean saying no to some opportunities. It might mean not working every weekend. It might mean taking time for exercise, for meditation, for spending time with loved ones. But here's the paradox. When we take care of ourselves, when we allow ourselves time to rest and recharge, we actually become more productive, more creative, and more effective in our businesses. Think of yourself as the goose that lays the golden eggs. If you constantly push yourself to the limit, neglecting your own needs in the pursuit of more eggs, eventually you'll burn out. But if you take care of yourself, nurture your mind and body, you'll be able to produce those golden eggs consistently over the long term. The third lesson, and perhaps the most important one, is about redefining success. Alandria talked about how she had to shift her perspective on what it meant to be a successful entrepreneur. It wasn't about how many businesses she owned or how much money she made. True success, she realized, was about creating something meaningful, something that aligned with her values and made a positive impact in the world. This shift in perspective is crucial. When we stop chasing success for its own sake and instead focus on creating value and meaning through our work, everything changes. Our businesses become expressions of our purpose, not just vehicles for profit. And ironically, when we approach our work with this mindset, we often find that financial success follows naturally. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I know if I'm falling into the trap of serial entrepreneurship? How do I recognize the signs of burnout before it's too late? These are great questions, and they lead me to the next important point I want to discuss: the warning signs of entrepreneurial burnout and how to recover from it. Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process, one that can sneak up on us if we're not paying attention. Some of the signs Alandria mentioned include constant fatigue, even after a full night's sleep. It's feeling disconnected from your work, losing the passion and excitement you once had for your business. It's struggling to make decisions, feeling overwhelmed by even small tasks. Physical symptoms can also be indicators of burnout: headaches, muscle tension, changes in appetite or sleep patterns. These can all be your body's way of telling you that you're pushing too hard. And let's not forget the emotional toll. Increased irritability, anxiety, or even depression can be signs that you're heading towards burnout. If you recognize these signs in yourself, it's crucial to take action. Alandria shared some strategies that helped her recover from burnout, and I think they're worth sharing with all of you. First and foremost, it's about giving yourself permission to rest. This might mean taking a vacation or even just a long weekend where you completely unplug from work. It's about creating space in your life for relaxation and rejuvenation. Next, it's about reassessing your priorities. Are you spending your time and energy on the things that truly matter? Are there tasks you can delegate or eliminate entirely? Sometimes recovering from burnout requires us to make tough decisions about what we're willing to let go of. Alandria also emphasized the importance of seeking support. This might mean talking to a therapist or coach, joining a support group for entrepreneurs, or simply opening up to friends and family about what you're going through. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and self awareness. Physical self care is also crucial. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and getting enough sleep can make a world of difference when you're recovering from burnout. These might seem like basic things, but when we're caught up in the hustle of entrepreneurship, they're often the first things we neglect. Finally, Alandria talked about the importance of reconnecting with your why. Why did you become an entrepreneur in the first place? What are the values and passions that drive you? Sometimes recovering from burnout requires us to go back to basics to remind ourselves of the purpose behind our work. Now, I want to be clear about something, talking about burnout, about the dangers of idolizing our businesses, about the pitfalls of serial entrepreneurship. This isn't about discouraging anyone from pursuing their entrepreneurial dreams. Far from it. This is about encouraging a healthier, more sustainable approach to entrepreneurship. Because here's the truth, we need entrepreneurs. We need people who are willing to take risks, to innovate, to create solutions to the world's problems. But we need entrepreneurs who are in it for the long haul, who can sustain their passion and creativity over time. So, what does this all mean for you? What's the takeaway from everything we've discussed today? Well, I want to challenge each of you to take a hard look at your entrepreneurial journey. Are you spreading yourself too thin? Are you turning your business into an idol? Are you on the path to burnout? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to admit that you're struggling. It's okay to admit that the path you're on might not be the right one, because admitting this is the first step towards change. I want to challenge you to embrace a new approach to entrepreneurship, one that prioritizes focus over fragmentation, one that values balance and self care as much as hustle and grind, one that defines success not just in terms of profit, but in terms of purpose and impact. This might mean letting go of some of your business ideas. It might mean saying no to opportunities that don't align with your core mission. It might mean setting boundaries and prioritizing your well being. And yes, it might mean facing some fears and insecurities along the way. But here's the thing, when we have the courage to do this, when we have the vulnerability to admit that we need to change, that's when real growth happens. That's when we open ourselves up to new possibilities, to a way of doing business that's not just profitable, but truly fulfilling. Alandria's journey taught her, and in turn taught me, that true entrepreneurial success isn't about how many businesses you can juggle or how little sleep you can function on. It's about building something meaningful, something that aligns with your values and makes a positive impact in the world. It's about creating a business that enhances your life rather than consuming it. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a call to action, a challenge that, if accepted, has the power to transform not just your business, but your life. I challenge you to take a step back and reassess your entrepreneurial journey. Look at your business or businesses with fresh eyes. Are they aligned with your deepest values? Are they contributing to your well being or detracting from it? Are they making the world a better place in some way, no matter how small? And if the answer is no, or if you're not sure, it's time to make a change. It's time to have the courage to focus, to let go of the things that aren't serving you, and to pour your energy into what truly matters. I challenge you to redefine success on your own terms, not based on how many businesses you own or how much money you make, but on the impact you're having, the lives you're touching, the difference you're making in the world. I challenge you to prioritize your well being, to set boundaries, to practice self care, to remember that you are more than your business. Your worth is not determined by your productivity or your profit margins. You are valuable simply because you are you. And finally, I challenge you to be a force for change in the entrepreneurial world, to speak out against the culture of hustle and grind that's leading so many to burnout, to be a living example of a different way of doing business, one that's sustainable, fulfilling, and truly impactful. Remember, Entrepreneurship is not just about building businesses, it's about building a life that's balanced, purposeful, and fulfilling. A life where your work is an expression of your values, not a drain on your well being. The path of the focused, purposeful entrepreneur may not be as glamorous as that of the serial entrepreneur. It may not get you featured on the cover of business magazines or lauded as the next big thing, but it's a path that leads to true fulfillment, to sustainable success, and to making a real difference in the world. So I ask you, are you ready to challenge the status quo? Are you ready to prioritize focus over fragmentation, balance over burnout, purpose over profit? Are you ready to redefine what it means to be a successful entrepreneur? The choice is yours. The power is in your hands, and I believe in you. I believe that each and every one of you has the potential to build something truly remarkable, not by spreading yourself thin across multiple ventures, but by focusing your energy, your passion, and your purpose into one meaningful endeavor. Thank you for your attention today. Now go forth, focus on what truly matters, and change the world one purposeful business at a time.